So you're getting ready for the Belgian driving theory exam, right? And let's be honest, one of the toughest parts is trying to master all those different road zones. But don't sweat it. We're going to break it all down, make those signs and speed limits super clear, and get you ready to pass with flying colors. Built-up area. Zone 30, Woonerf, Spielstraat. Yeah, it can feel like a whole different language, can it? If your head is spinning a little, trust me, you are not alone. That's exactly why we're here. We're going to go through this piece by piece, sign by sign, so you can walk into that exam feeling like you've got this, no sweat. So here's how we're going to tackle this. Think of it like we're going for a drive together. First, we'll roll into town and get the basic rules down. Then we'll poke around some of those special, tricky, slow zones. After that, we'll hit the open road again, and to wrap it all up, we'll do a super quick recap of the must-know stuff for your exam. Sound good? All right, let's hit the road. Okay, first things first. Let's talk about the one you'll see the most, the built-up area. Seriously, this is the foundation for everything else. These are the default rules for pretty much any town or city you drive through, so nailing this one is absolutely crucial. And it all starts with these two signs. That's it. The one on the left, that's your welcome sign. You're entering the built-up area, and its rules now apply. See the one on the right with that big red line through it? That means you are leaving. Simple as that. Just remember, only these two signs matter for this rule. Okay, lean in for this one, because this is a classic exam question they love to throw at people. You see that yellow sign on the right? It looks official, right? Wrong. It's just a sign telling you the name of the municipality. It has zero to do with your speed limit. So burn this into your brain. White sign means rules change. Yellow sign is just a hello, you're in sign. Got it? All right, so you've passed that white sign. Now what? How fast can you go? Well, in Flanders and Wallonia, the standard speed limit is 50 kilometers per hour. And this is a big but for your exam. If you're in the Brussels region, everything changes. The default there is just 30. That's a huge difference and a detail you've absolutely got to lock in. And here's another pro tip for the exam. Sometimes you'll see a 30 speed limit sign perched right on top of the built-up area sign. When you see that combo, it means the 30 kilometer per hour limit is for the whole town, the entire zone. It's not like a regular speed sign that ends at the next intersection. This is a special rule, a package deal, so keep an eye out for it. All right, so we're cruising through town, but it's not always just the basic rules. You've got to be on the lookout for these special little zones where you have to slow way down and be extra careful. We're going to lump them together so they're easier to remember. First up, we have the Woonerf. You might know it as a residential area. The sign is pretty self-explanatory, right? You've got a little house, a car, and some people playing. And just like the main built-up area, there's a sign to tell you when you're entering and another one to tell you when you're leaving. Now, the speed limit here, it's super strict. We're talking an absolute maximum of just 20 kilometers per hour. That's it. And it makes sense, right? These areas are designed for people, for living and playing, not for cars to be zipping through. In a Woonerf, the whole mindset changes. It's all about sharing the road. Pedestrians, and yeah, that includes kids playing, they can use the entire width of the street. Your number one job is to not endanger them or even get in their way. And here's another key exam point, parking. You can only park in spots that are clearly marked. You can't just pull over to the side of the road. Okay, now what about a Spielstraat or a play street? It feels a lot like a Woonerf, but here's the key difference. A play street is temporary. You know, a normal street might be closed off to most cars for just a few hours in the afternoon so kids can play outside safely. Now, if you're a resident and you're actually allowed to drive down a play street, your speed is stop voets. That literally translates to walking pace. We're talking crawling along, barely touching the gas. You have to be ready to stop at a moment's notice because pedestrians and cyclists, they rule the road here. They have total priority. Okay, let's shift gears and talk about the magic number you're going to see all over the place when things need to slow down, 30. The really cool trick here is to remember that a bunch of different signs all mean the same speed limit. So to make your life way easier for the exam, just group these together in your head. A zone 30, obviously it's 30. A Fietszone or bicycle zone, also 30. And a voorbehouden weg, a reserved road, you guessed it, 30. See any of those signs and your brain should just scream 30. Now, inside a bicycle zone of Fietszone, there is one golden rule. If you remember nothing else, remember this. You are not allowed to overtake cyclists, period. Think of it this way. You're a guest in their house. You have to stay behind them, even if they're going super slowly.
no exceptions.
So what about that Voorbehouden weg I mentioned? It's a reserved road. That means it's only for the types of road users you see on the sign's little icons, pedestrians, cyclists, maybe even horse riders. If you're in a car, sorry, this road isn't for you. You can't enter. But for the people who are allowed, the speed limit is, you guessed it, 30. All right, our little road trip isn't over yet. Look, we're passing that sign with the red line through the town name. That means we're officially leaving the built-up area. So the rules are about to change again, and that means new default speed limits are coming into play. So once you're out on the open road, the default speed in Flanders and Brussels jumps up to 70 kilometers per hour. But get this, in Wallonia, it's all the way up to 90. That is a massive difference, and it's another one of those regional details that you just have to memorize for the theory exam. Whew. Okay, that was a ton of signs and numbers, I know. So let's do a super fast, rapid-fire recap right now to really burn this stuff into your memory before exam day. Ready? Here we go. Built-up area, that's 50. Unless you're in Brussels, then it's 30. A Woonerf, nice and slow at 20. Zone 30 or a bicycle zone, easy. They're both 30. A play street, just a walking pace. And when you leave town in Flanders, back up to 70. Boom, those are the key numbers you gotta know. And just like that, you've got a solid guide to Belgium road zones. Seriously, you've just taken a massive step toward nailing that theory test. But, and you knew there was a but, knowing the speed limits is only part of the puzzle. The real next level question is, how does all this affect who has priority at an intersection? Something to think about, right? For now, good luck with the studying.